At first we want to create or open a new folder. We create our folder my site and open the folder. After that we open the terminal. The first thing that we should do is creating virtual environment. Create git bash terminal so it is easier for me to tell the name of some software that you need to install. The first one is VS Code, which is code editor. The second one is Python, which is need to running Django. This is the path for installing Python for Windows. You should scroll down and you see a button. You should click on this, and after that you should download installer and install Python 3. Okay, after installing another software is Git, which is needed for our coding. Okay, please install Git. After installing these softwares, we can continue our programming. Okay, first we need to check whether Python is installed on our system. We type Python -- version, or sometimes Python 3 -- version, and if you see the number of the version, it means that Python is installed and is recognized by your system. Okay, as I said, the first thing that we need to do is creating virtual environment, and by typing this command, a venv folder is created, which is our virtual environment folder. And if you are in Linux or Mac OS, you should type this command to activate it. If you are in Windows, you should in the PowerShell or command prompt, you should this command for activating venv. But if you are in Windows, on the git bash, you should this command for activating virtual environment. So since we are in the git bash in Windows, we use source.venv script and activate enter. And if you see venv text beside the path, it means that venv folder is activated. In the environment, it is enough to type deactivate, and by doing that, our virtual environment is deactivated. And now, so we activate it again to see the venv text again. And after activating virtual environment, it is time to install Django. Okay, and this is command for installing Django. You press enter and wait until Django is installed on the venv folder. If what packages are installed in the venv folder, it's just enough to type people list, and you can see that these packages are installed along with Django in the venv folder. Now it's time to install our project with my site config folder, so the configuration are installed in this folder. And since I don't want to create another folder, I type period. Okay, and press enter and see what happens. Site config folder will be installed and created inside my site, as you can see. Okay, the next command that we going to install is migrate command, in order to turn all the built-in model into their corresponding tables. And we press enter, and on the console you see the name of some tables that are being created inside MySQLite database. You double click on MySQLite database and you can see a list of some tables that we have created now by migrate command in this list in the console. So in order to see the name of these tables, we should go to extension section and search SQLite viewer and install it. I have installed it already, so I can, as you can see, so you can double click easily on your SQLite database in order to see the name of the installed tables inside it, as you can see. Now we run our development server to see the result of the installation, and after clicking that we should see a link, and we follow the link. If we copy it or follow the link, if you see this icon, it means that your installation project has been done successfully. Okay, for stopping development server, we press Ctrl and C. Okay, create blog project. The name of the project is blog. We press enter, and as you can see, blog folder is created. Inside blog there are some files and folders which like models, views, and something like that. The first thing that we can do is creating a new model, and the model that we want to create is post model, which ultimately will be turned into post table. We should extend this from models.models. The first item and field is title. We want our post to have title and with the type of CharField. So the maximum number of each title would be 250. We define these characteristics, and after setting the max length for title, we're going to create another field in order to save body of a post. Unlike CharField, TextField have no limitations because body of a post have no limitation in words, and a slug field is used for SEO optimization with the type of a slug field and max length 250 as well. We want to save the date and time of publishing a post in the publish field. Similarly, we want to have the creation and updation time as well. All these three fields are with the type of date and time field. But what should be default values for these three fields? For created field, we should add settings of auto now add equals true, and for updated field we should add auto now equals true in order for Django to automatically set these two fields. But for publish field we should use time zone.now in order to save the date and time based on the time zone of the user. Okay, now we want to save the status of a post, which would be published or drafts. For doing that, we define the status field with the CharField. But what would be the value of a status? For doing that, we define a status class with some predefined values. It should inheritance from text choices. It has two values. df would be value and draft would be its label. The second option, which is published, has two sections. pb would be the value and the published would be the label, which is label would be displayed for the user, but values will be saved into the database. Okay, so since db and also df should be saved in database, max length of a status would be 2, and the choices which a user can select equals a status model with 2 options. And what default value when a post is saved, we want to status have a default value equals draft. So for doing that, we define default equals status dot draft, which automatically save the df value to a status field. Each post should have a other. Other should refers to a user class, but instead of defining a user as a fixed, we should define it more dynamic. I means we should define settings.user model, which has default value as a user class, okay, but we can later change it if we want. So settings is not imported yet, so the first thing that we should do is import setting at the top of the file. When a user is deleted, I want to delete all its posts, so undeleted equals cascade. So by doing this, when a user is deleted, all its posts will be deleted as well. It seems that I haven't imported model, so I import it, and then I want to define reverse relationship of the other. For example, I want to get the relationship for getting all the posts of a user, okay? So this is the relationship for getting post of a user. If I want to get the other of a post, I can simply do it by post.other. But what if I want to get all the posts of a user? Well, by defining this related name, for example, if I have a user called user1, I can get all its posts by user1.blog underline posts. So this is the application of related name, okay? We want to default order for getting posts from database. I doing that with class meta and defining ordering of it inside class meta by setting minus publish. It means that all the posts should be get by the reverse ordering of published date. It means that the newer post should be get first. Let's clean our codes. It seems that we doesn't define and register and activated our application, so we should go to setting inside of install app. We should add the path to the blog config file, okay? Instead of writing this string, this long string, we can just copy the blog and write the blog string instead of the last string. So let's remove it and replace it with the just blog, which is the name of this application. It is better for understanding and memorizing. Let's migrate and convert this model into a table in the database, okay? For doing this, we run make migrations, and the result of this command will be a file with the name of initial and a number 0001. Now it's time to use migrate command to create the final table from this initial SQL file. By running this command, we hope that our table is created. Now if I double click on the SQLite database, I should see blog underline post table.